was absolutely the worst thing I've ever been through.
23-year-old Alexis Lorenz has been sharing her excruciatingly painful health struggle on social media.
Fell asleep and woke up like this. And all they want to do is inject me with more stuff.
On September 10th, Alexis was admitted to UCI Medical Center in Orange for treatment of PNH, a rare blood disorder.
What they expressed to me was that in order to get treatment for her pre-existing condition, she needed to be vaccinated in order to continue treatment. And if she didn't abide by getting the vaccinations, they would have to let her go home.
For religious reasons, Alexis and her family have lived most of their lives without vaccinations. But when faced with the possibility of receiving no treatment for her condition, Alexis says she ultimately agreed to the hospital's requirement of receiving 3 vaccines: meningitis, pneumonia, and tetanus. Within 10 minutes, she had an extreme adverse reaction.
This is not okay. Please, please share this video. Please spread this. Please show what they're doing to me, please.
It's quite obvious that she wasn't breaking out in any type of rash or anything previous to getting the 3 shots.
She lost vision in both eyes. She started bleeding out of her nose. She started vomiting, and then these purple patches under her skin started appearing at the top of her head and then just started spreading, and it's now covering pretty much all of her body.
Alexis gave UCI Medical Center permission to release her records and discuss her case with Fox 11 News. But despite repeated calls and emails, UCI Media Relations has not responded.
I feel like she deserves so much better than what she's gotten.
Samantha Lorenz has been by her sister's side the entire time. She alleges hospital staff were slow to address the adverse reaction.
She started getting all of these, like, it kind of looked like pimples at first, but she was completely clean-faced. And then within the night, it progressed so badly. But they did absolutely nothing about it. They should have started treating her right away. They should have started helping her right away.
I'm beyond scared, and everything on my body hurts.
Alexis is slowly getting better. She has regained vision in both eyes. I have been told it could take several weeks before she is well enough to be released. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Wow. I'd like to say, calling it like Yahweh Bashem Yasharahla Bashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostle, God's great millstone, peace, citation, hope, full life, shalom. And Lord willing, I'll come up with a title for this lesson because I'm not trying to say anything that would trigger, Esau's sensitive algorithm, because this is one of the most sensitive topics that Esau likes to crack down on. And Lord willing, I don't get this taken down, I get a strike from it. But anyways, pretty much this female right here, she goes by the name Alexis Lorenz. She's pretty much been hospitalized after she has taken a required shot for treatments for the 3 following illnesses that they mentioned on the video. And the crazy thing is, her family grew up and having religious beliefs and not taking those things, and look what happened. She ended up getting all those strange discolored spots on her skin, and it got to the point where she got all those bumps on her around her face and her eyes, and now she's looking like Beans from Rango, and she also looking like the that Power Rangers villain called Madame Woe. And she went from looking from a beautiful, fair, woman to a hideous monster at this point. And that's what happens when you trust Esau's form of medicine. And this is Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is wickedness. Right? They're part of forming that trust with Esau is pretty much going as far as taking his treatments. You know, this is the reason why it would have been best if she just took the option of just not getting those shots. Because you mean to tell me they're trying to give you 3 shots in order to be admitted as a requirement to be admitted in the hospital? Get the fuck out of here. Like, you was just better off just going home and just, you know, trying to practice like maybe water fasting or just going on an alkaline diet, you know. But of course Esau doesn't teach these things, and this is why people need to really understand that holistic health is the most important strategic you know, healthy plan in order to really like cure the illnesses that's plaguing your body. But when you go as far as trusting Esau and his whole stupid medical treatments, this is where how far it gets you. And he ends up exacerbating the situation and capitalizing off of your illnesses as well. So let me continue on. It says, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And though thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up at thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goes to a sinner is to follow with him in his sins. Who will pity? And who knows, you could probably tell, like, from the way she was looking before she took them shots, like she was very prideful, getting a lot of niggas hitting her up on the DMs and everything, you know, a lot of niggas catcalling and hollering at her. Nah, I bet you not one nigga gonna dare do that when they see the type of hideous creature she looked like now. And that shows you how beauty just comes and goes. You could glow up 1 minute and you could just hit the wall just like that. And let me bring out, this is Romans 14 verse 2. It says, let me start at verse 1. Him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputations. But one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs. And that's the point right there, is that, you know, the herbs is pretty much what's going to heal you, you know. So when you're feeling weak and you're feeling down, you need supplements, you know. That's why there's pretty much herbs out there. You know, the best ones to get is, of course, from Whole Foods Market, you know, Trader Joe's, you know, getting the organic non-GMO, you know, that's the best quality to get when it's coming to getting herbs. There's certain spices that could also, you know, heal you as well when you take it with water, you know, put it in tea, you know. Certain herbs like, you know, fruits and vegetables that you could take in the morning and just fast on it, or, you know, practice intermittent fasting with it, you know, make it as smoothies or so. And this is Job chapter 13, start at verse 1. It says, lo, mine eye have seen all this, mine ear have heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with Yahweh. But you are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value. And that's another point right there that, you know, pretty much mentions about you damn Edomites in the, you know, the health industry. You pretty much have it to where you don't want to give us the true form of medicine, which is like the holistic form of medicine. And instead you want to push this bullshit to try to like make our people, sick. And this may be the last precept because I don't want to make this lesson longer than it should be, because it's just mostly straight to the point, and I don't want to speak long about this topic, considering that this is one highly offensive algorithm triggering topic. So it says in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 10, it says, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked fool. And people gotta keep in mind that Esau hasn't come down with that great wrath, so this is his tender mercies. All the shit that he's doing, how he's pretty much being a cancer to the earth, making the earth as a wilderness, as it tells you in Isaiah the 14th chapter. How he's pretty much destroying the earth, and he does that by way of polluting the rainforest, like where the ecosystems where wildlife dwells. He's even polluting the cities and the streets where people dwell, and he's polluting the air, he's polluting the water, to the point where animals are being harmed. He's even doing deforestation. He's basically scriptures tell you that in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter verse 5, well, even verse 4, says like how the spirit is not upright in him, and I believe it starts at verse 5 where it talks about how he enlarges his desire as hell and his eyes of death. So he's pretty much like a harbinger of death. He's the epitome of that, because death is what insinuates this devil, and it's like just one mad heathen to ever exist. Anything this devil touches or it gets a hold of, he corrupts. You know what I mean? I consider it a high blessing how he doesn't have access to most of this the land out there in this earth, and how he can pretty much explore the depths of the ocean and things of that nature. Because imagine to the extent of how far this world is going to be destroyed if this devil had access to this whole world, and especially if he had access to other planets. So yeah, and the scriptures even said that if the Lord don't come back in time, no flesh shall be saved. So it's even an agenda in the scriptures that Yahushua has to, come back in a reasonable amount of time. Because the devil's not only willing to only destroy the nation of Israel, but he's going to even go as far as destroying the other nations and destroying himself at that. That's how far he's willing to take the destruction to a whole nother level. So yeah, and the thing about Esau's tender mercies is like it's harming us to some degree, and ultimately it's the Heavenly Father's mercy. How we're not really even dead yet with all the shit that we're inhaling, all the chemicals we're inhaling, the amount of microplastics that's within our body from the foods that contain the microplastics being packaged in a certain type of way, and even the beverages like the waters and the juices and so forth, the liquids that we ingest that's being packaged in plastic containers and things of that nature. And that's supposed to be a forbidden element to even use to package food and edible items in general. Yeah, anyways, that's it on that. And the moral of this lesson is never trust your damn enemy, especially with the healthcare system. So with that, I'd like to say Kolo Yamla, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash, the bonus to the apostle, elsewhere, Milson, peace, I teach, and hope for elect. Shalom.